So Van, our endless search for the perfect beer has led us through the Black Forest, the formidable Black Forest, to Wood End, where apparently there is a brew house run by this man, young Paul Holgate.
Cheers.
Good work.
Thanks, Bailey. I'm
First-
glad to call me young.
First question, why Wood End?
It certainly wasn't a marketing decision by any stretch. Basically, I'm from this area, so when we decided to start our business, we started it here. I was always just really interested in, okay, we've got all this modern stuff around us, but you know, what happened in the 1700s and the 1500s? What did they do? How did they make stuff? And I went to uni and I studied science and a chemistry background, so that sort of led me to also, you know, think really into the fine details of how to make stuff and make beer. And so I got into beer brewing basically, and on a holiday in the US in '97, myself and Natasha, my wife, we came across the craft brewing industry over there, and it blew us away.
What year was this? This was
This is back in '97.
okay.
Then, yeah.
So this is before the real trend
Yeah.
of what we know now. Is it's very popular now.
Yep, no, you're right. The craft beer industry, thankfully, is really booming right now.
One of the motivational factors of us actually coming out here was that I was actually watching a band, a couple of friends of mine, at the Drunken Poet in North Melbourne.
Yep.
And one of these particular women was drinking this ESB, and I go, wow, my favourite beer on the planet is Fuller's ESB.
Fantastic.
Let's see how it matches up.
Yep.
And I must say, I'll give it an 8 against Fuller's, which is 10 as far as I'm concerned.
Well, it's
So-
I'm very proud
Yeah.
to hear that, because we pride ourselves on our taste and our flavour, and that's what it's all about.
How big's the brewery?
Per batch, we do 1,550 litres per batch, and we've got some. Thankfully, we've got some pretty big fermenters these days, so we can do four batches per fermenter.
Yeah.
We've got a good crew of boys out there now brewing.
And do you find that they like to listen to some music while they're brewing? Do you find that there's a groove they need to be in to be able to work happily? And
I think I can hear it in the beer.
You can hear definitely in this beer. You can hear lots of Neil Young.
Brilliant!
Definitely a lot of Rolling Stones. A dab of Led Zeppelin.
I can hear that cheeky guitar.
Tastes pretty good to me. Yeah.
And in modern times, you know, I like to roll out a bit of Coldplay and that sort of stuff. We've got some of the young crew out there these days listening to a bit of Tame Impala and a bit of the Black Keys and the White Stripes. So sort of nice guitar sounds we all love. So yeah. Now look, I must say I'm with you guys on the ESB. It has been certainly a favourite of mine since the life of the brewery, and obviously one of the beers that launched the brewery. In those days, when we first launched it back in '99, bit of history lesson, it was called Old Pale Ale. So we didn't change the recipe, but we changed the name because it was a little bit confusing out in the market.
Well, pale ale and bitter are the same style.
Yeah, that's right.
Allegedly.
So Mount Macedon Ale is a easy drinking American pale ale style with some New World hops named after Mount Macedon, which you can see from our pub in the Macedon Ranges. So it's got some local interest there. Certainly our road trip beer, which you see there, we've been drinking. That's also fast becoming one of Holgate's biggest selling beers.
Personally, I think I prefer that to the...
it's a 6% American IPA.
Do you do a dark beer at all?
We do a dark beer, and it's become a very, very popular beer of ours, and it's won some critical acclaim through the industry. It's actually a porter, so our porter is 6% beer, and we brew it with some vanilla beans and some Dutch cocoa. So it's a chocolate porter basically, and it's really easy drinking beer.
Cheers.
Good work.